Hello everyone, today I'm gonna tell you a story about a small baby boy who is only 1.5 years old, and you'll be amazed to hear what his activities will be in the whole movie. It's a baby. It's not only a baby, he's a genius baby, I will say, who is 1.5 years old only, and his attitude is so funny and so interesting all over the movie. I really have to say that the producers and the director, those who has chose this baby, they really have something in their brain to move on. Okay, let's now begin with the story. The movie name is The Baby's Day Out, which was released in 1995 or 1996. It's about him that he's a son of a rich family, and he gets kidnapped by three nincompoops, those who are imposters, as they come to take pictures of the baby in their house, and they suddenly kidnaps him and demands for $5 million. So what next is they try to kidnap him and takes him to their house, and they try to feed him, they try to keep him as cool as possible. But one mistake they did that is they took a book, the baby's book, from where he got a lot of informations about what he can do and what he did in all the movies. Suddenly he saw a pigeon around the window, and he left from where he was sleeping. And among the three there were two, those who were really dumb, and one was a bit clever, whose name was, I think, Maddie. Alright, he escapes from there, somehow climbs up to the terrace and moves on to another building. From there he gets down, and the three of them keeps on running after him all over. Suddenly he gets into a basket of a huge, fat, chubby, ugly lady, and he tries to go away from them. They kept on searching him, and suddenly they finds him. But as the baby got stuck in that lady's basket, the lady was very angry and annoyed, thought that those three guys might want to take the basket from her. So now what she does is she gets into the bus, and they keeps on staring that the baby is into the basket and keeps running all over the city. Though they have a mini bus, I will say, that they keeps on running after that huge bus. Okay, suddenly he gets down from the basket and moves on to a toy shop where he plays and enjoys maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and from there he gets onto a trolley. Luckily he escapes from there as well, and he gets some juice from another kid. Okay, now he escapes from there and moves on to another car and in the meantime those three nincompoops kept on following all over. Suddenly the car stops to a place where the baby finds that he checks into a zoo, and that zoo was mentioned in his book as well. So what he does now is he moves on to the zoo. He gets going inside and checks the chimpanzee. All of the kids were afraid of the chimpanzee, but he was not, and the chimpanzee felt pity as he saw that small baby was alone all over, and he keeps there. And suddenly there was sand and mud. The three nincompoops followed this mud and went inside to the chimpanzee cave, and in the chimpanzee cave he was with the chimpanzee, and they kept on trying to snatch him from that, and the three stupids were hurt by the chimpanzee badly. And after he takes a nap in the chimpanzee, slowly and steadily, after taking the nap, he escapes from there. Luckily he escapes from there. He gets into a garden where one of the kidnappers find him finally. As he finds him there, somehow he tries to hide him, because the cops in the meanwhile turns up there, and they hides him with the jacket, and he lights with the lighter in the middle of the clever guy, and suddenly fire turns up around, and the other two, those who were with Maddie, tries to take the cop from there, but in the meantime he runs away again. Alright, as he keeps on escaping from there, those two try to turn out of the fire by kicking him in between. So everything's become a bit comedy as these three older guy tried to catch him, but they failed to do so. Look how funny it is. So now from there he somehow sees that in the book there was mentioned that there was a construction building, and he somehow moves into the construction building as well. And literally he climbs to the top of the building. Those three idiots kept on running after him from there as well. They try to, he climbs up and up, and they three as well. They even couldn't get him because of his cleverness, and he really got a 1.5-year-old kid, baby boy, understood that he was really kidnapped and they are trying to catch him. He was so clever that he even ran away from there. And finally the three men tried to somehow hold him, okay, but they failed. One falls down in a bin, another falls down in a cement cover, another also gets hurt in the head and remains there all day, because at 5 o'clock the shift ends and he somehow escapes from there. Okay, now it's really becoming misery as those fools are having difficulties to grab him. So suddenly they gives up and he escapes from there as well. In the meantime, he remembers that there was an orphanage in the book, and he suddenly recalls that memory and goes to that orphanage and starts singing with those people. And at the end of the day, the baby's mother and the nanny that he had realizes that the baby is doing all the stuff that was mentioned in the book, and they ran towards that orphan age where where old people were there, and he tries to sing with them the whole day in the same dress. I think he had only had once. So there he somehow, like it's a luck, I think that he starts singing and suddenly his mother, nanny, father all turned out, and he was happy to see them. And when they got him, when they're trying to get back, he suddenly recalls the place where the kidnappers took him, and he says, boo boo, that means his book was there. Okay, now as his book was there, they turns around the car and follows that place where they finds it. Okay, when they went back, they found that those three idiots were in that building, and suddenly they get arrested and they get the book back. So this little baby was a genius, where he was kidnapped and was literally saved by himself, none other than anybody. The baby, those at least cannot walk, only crawls all over, saves himself. So he is a genius. And at night, when he goes back to sleep again, he again takes a book in where it is said that baby's next trip to China. Well folks, that's all I can say for today. Enjoy next time for the next movie. Thank you.